through a labyrinth was during a minister's retreat. I walked up to the structure set up in a clearing in the woods. A labyrinth is a maze for a person to walk through, taking a variety of twists and turns, following different patterns, but always leading to the center, and always taking an identical route back out. Around this circular path leading to nothing but the center of the path were benches and a bell to ring. I rang the bell and I began. And so much unexpected happened on this spiritual journey to the center of the circle. On the walk, I connected with my dead relatives. My aunt came to journey with me and my grandfather. I walked and cried, and it began to rain, and I treasured those moments with those who I missed so much. I reached the middle, and I sat in the middle, and was just with them, with me, almost in a separate realm. With great difficulty, and after some time, I stood to leave, walking heel to toe, digging my feet in the sand, or running through sharp turns, escaping or entering who knows what. Afterwards, I sat on a bench for what could have been hours, connecting with those I loved and lost. Intentional, and though I followed a specific path that was the labyrinth, what I encountered on that path is personal entirely to me. No one else could possibly have had that experience. I was forever changed and forever having new relationships with those I had lost. I was traveling with them, and I always will be. They will always be on my journey with me. And in that sense, I will never be alone. Journeying is about being aware and moving through life with intention, yet honoring that we can't know everything and embracing this. Embracing the unknown that comes with any decision we can make. We are constantly being transformed by all that happens around us and within us. Constantly changing and morphing, even in the smallest of ways. And to be mindful of this and intentional is to be fully aware of the life around us. Journeying is scary because journeying implies change, yet we can do this together. I am so intrigued by our first reading today about this idea of intentionality, because in life we will ultimately get lost, and in life we will ultimately exist in the unknown and journey through it. What awaits us in our lostness? What can we find when we don't know where or why we are? So much in life can leave us lost, and so much can be gained by journeying towards wholeness. How will we be found? The author suggests we can be found by noticing those things hiding in plain sight. In the past, I have seen those who feel so very lost find their way back to life-giving, intentional journeying by doing the best they can, by using their pain to help others. Some sort of good and the bad, even if the only good to be found is to help someone through a similar situation. Helping someone who lost a family member to suicide because you yourself have lost a family member to suicide and can understand in a unique way what can only be understood through experience. I have seen this, and in seeing this stood in awe of watching someone be found while lost, by living intentionally to use pain to help others. Echoed in this story is that so often we do not know where we are journeying or going or even why. Life is unexpected and complicated and painful and so, so beautiful. How do we navigate this, and how do we treasure this? Joseph Campbell writes, if you can see your path in front of you step by step, you know it's not your path. Your own path you make with every step you take. That's why it's your path. There is no formula, no set instructions, no guidebook. And even if so, being intentional means we think for ourselves and make personal decisions, and in doing so, forge a path unique to our own experience and wisdom that no one else could travel. What's around that bend? What's through that fog? I don't know if you've ever been on a path and then noticed a small deer path off to the left and quickly realized this marked path is no longer favorable compared to a thicket-rich, bramble-covered half path leading to who knows what. Choosing to walk on sand or wade in the beach water. A more difficult journey through a marsh in order to reach an island, or perhaps navigating through a field with budding flowers. All intentional choices over the landscape of our lives. Each choice we make dictates our own personal, intentional journeys. There is an awareness that we are constantly being transformed. Even paths that seem laid out ahead of us are wondrously unique because of each unique lived experience, like a labyrinth. That circular maze outlining a path with twists and turns leading to the middle and back out again. Labyrinths are deeply intentional, spiritual journeys, even if every person who walks it seemingly walks the same exact path. Just like my aunts and grandfather were in that labyrinth with me, who was on this journey with you? Our interdependent web transcends the generations as we continue to carry with us those who have come before us, those who shaped us, whether in healthy ways or less healthy ways. But let's honor those we want to honor. I invite you now to speak aloud the names of those in your cloud of ancestors who are on with you on this and every journey.
Susan. Oh, it's Joy. Lamont. Billy.
Yeah.
Eleanor. Dora and Doris.
Leanie, Mom, and Dad.
Little dear.
Mom.
Heather.
Ophelia.
Alex.
His daughter.
Lee. And Lee.
Annie.
Robert.
Merle.
Albert.
Thank you, and may you carry those spoken and unspoken with you always. For in journeying, we need journeys together intentionally. Journeying is inherently scary and is inherently hard work. It can be too much to carry alone, and so we reach out. We become fellow journeyers, navigating the complexities of life together, offering support and love and companionship. Journeying, traveling is about change. Because of the path we walked will inevitably be changed. Those brambles create cuts and calluses on our hands and legs, perhaps even a bruise or worse. And We grow stronger and we learn how to navigate situations which used to baffle us. We gain resilience, strength, wisdom. Just like the seagulls in our story earlier who were scared to travel to the sea, their true home. These journeys are scary, but these journeys are powerful. Journey is often not so much about the destination as it is about the transformation that occurs. All journeys have a secret destination of which the traveler is unaware, writes Martin Buber. Even if we begin with the destination in mind, perhaps the center of a labyrinth or the acquisition of a new job or a pregnancy, it is inevitable that we will change in unexpected ways. And this is so exciting. What will we discover? How will we change? What can we do to influence what lies ahead? And what about those who are struggling to find intention, or those who have this intention but who feel alone? For this, we travel together. For this, we help others imagine their own path. Scott Cooper writes, "We bow our heads in order to imagine not one path, but many. We imagine a path forward for those who could not imagine any path forward because of poor health, financial hardship, family crises, and other roadblocks we cannot begin to understand or imagine." He continues depicting those forced out of their homeland, those without a country, those who are lonely, and concludes, "Truly, we know as we imagine these paths forward and take one another's hands, the paths will lead to hope, the roads will lead to beloved community, and the arc will bend towards justice because we have dared to travel with love in our hearts." I share a story about a teenage girl who for a time could not journey for herself, and I have graciously received permission to share this story. She suffered with mental illness, and it was debilitating. Every part of life was difficult and seemingly insurmountable. She saw no way out and suffered. But then her mom saw that this girl could no longer journey. She was lost and could not grasp onto any sort of intention. So her mother began to imagine a path for her, a path for healing. So the mother scheduled doctor's appointments and therapy appointments and psychiatry appointments and went with her to everyone and navigated complex health systems to get her daughter the emotional supports and help she needed, and led the journey to find the right medication. She traveled this path with intention, forming her own way towards an unknown destination, but a destination in which she hoped to meet her daughter, navigating her own path again. And the daughter did. She got healthy, she worked hard, she found her path, and she traveled it with determination and strength and love, and knew she was supported and survived and is now thriving. She is again journeying her own path, navigating her own way, and living a beautiful, blessed life. Yet, sometimes no matter what we do, others can't find their path again, and we hold this. Sometimes imagining a path for someone else is personal, and sometimes it's a justice issue. For justice, we can take each other's hands and navigate these imagined paths together. Intentionally, we work to bend that arc towards justice. We do this for and with the love we all have for those in our interdependent web. For those who have no homeland or are struggling financially or are lonely, we can imagine a path together and embark on a life-changing journey. Imagining paths with others to make sure everyone is treated with the inherent worth and dignity that every single person deserves. Creating an arc bent towards inclusion and love and support. We need to do this. Marnie Harmony writes in her poem, "If we do not venture out," the entirety of which we read earlier. If, through these grace-given days of ours, surrounded as we are by green life and brown death, hot pink joy and cold gray pain and miracles, always miracles. If we stay inside ourselves and do not venture out, then the fullness of the universe shall be unknown to us, and our locked hearts shall never feel the rush of worship. She spoke about all we will miss if we let a hindrance, such as a cloudy day, keep us from journeying. Then we will never know the beauty of the elements of nature, or frost depriving us the dawn, not knowing the evening sky, the thunderous lit-up storm, the dawn before the day, the miracles of daily living. So much unknown because of the darkness of night, the gloomy clouds, the chill of a new morning. Obstacles that seem inconvenient, that we let stop our journey, that we let stop us from discovering all the joys and pain in the world around us. To lose the opportunity to grow, transform, learn, and forever be changed. And as such, our souls, our locked hearts would never feel the rush of worship, for to worship, to join together intentionally in religious community, is to journey together. Unitarian Universalism is, in a fundamental way, a faith of folks who agree to covenant together and journey together. We talked last week about how this faith offers a spark, a life-giving spark that keeps us persevering and moving forward. We are a faith with an emphasis on spiritual growth, and Channing Memorial Church is no different. Our free and responsible truth for search and meaning, we do that together. Spiritual growth, the goal of world community with peace, love, and justice for all, while practicing respect for our interdependent web. It has truly been an honor to be here with all of you this week. I am so impressed with all of the work I have seen. I see a group of people remarkably strong and sturdy. A hard-working group dedicated to this church, willing to work hard to see this beautiful community thrive. What a special congregation. A group of people intentionally journeying together with perseverance, dedication, commitment, strength, gentleness, love, and compassion. A group journeying together with intellectual and spiritual depth. Over and over, I have heard of the welcoming space this church is and how folks feel welcome and included right away, as soon as they walk through the doors. And I have seen this. I am so excited for the opportunity for us to do this journeying together, helping each other through scary transitions, through spiritual exploration and well-being of one another. Even if we feel solitary, like a lone person on a labyrinth, we can be surrounded by caring and know there is always love to be drawn upon. Let's love together. Let's support together. Let us unite so as not to be scared by change, but delighted. Journeying intentionally together. Think of the deep history of the journey within these walls and the many walls you have gathered in. Without the initial journey of the founders towards their own space, a space that focused on spirituality, without that we would not be here together today. And yet here we find ourselves. We have the opportunity to grow together. There is work to be done, and we will do it. There is beauty and strength and wisdom to embrace, and we will embrace it. On our quest for spiritual deepening, let us journey together. For growth in members, for children, youth, and adults of all ages, let us journey together. For a struggling congregant looking for a beacon of hope, for someone navigating transition, for the sorrow of loss, and for the joy of love and creativity, for the chance for this new and exciting ministry, let us journey together. May it be so, and amen.